Hello, it is a pleasure to be here at the TransVision Conference 2017. My name is Ilia Stambler. I am a longevity and transhumanist activist from Israel, chair of the Israel Longevity Alliance. I have been involved in longevity and transhumanist activism for about 15 years, I believe, openly and actively, and before that I was a supporter a little bit more in a more closed way. And I would like to share with you some of our experiences here in Israel. First of all, let me congratulate you on your important initiative, bringing various groups, various countries, representative of the transhumanist movement together in an attempt to see how we can all cooperate, how we can share our goals, our projects. Of course, on behalf of Israeli transhumanists, I will be happy to join and others. A little bit of a history about Israeli transhumanism. We started our seminars, our study groups on life extension and transhumanism about 2005. It is documented in Longevity and other online resources. And since that time we have developed, we started with meetings like of 5 or 7 people. Since the time the meetings became larger. We now organize quite large conferences, also national conferences, especially on longevity and aging research. We have been continuously publishing our website, singular.com, and other online resources. Thanks to those online and live activities, we are found by the press. So we also we're given a chance to present ideas of life extensionism, of transhumanism in the Israeli media, newspapers, TV. And the result of all that activity, I believe I can proudly say that transhumanism has become almost a mainstream concept in Israel. It is indeed considered as a forward-looking and a bit curious phenomena, but it's not considered as something strange or insane, but rather as a progressive philosophy seeking solutions, technological solutions for our world. I believe the reason the transhumanism is perceived this way in Israel is because of the kind of messages we were trying to disseminate. For example, we often try to be forward-looking and predictive, but at the same time also cautious. We also emphasize the importance of sharing future and emerging technologies for everybody. And we also try to present good evidence and good credentials. As a result of this, transhumanism is rather positively perceived in Israel. Some people in some places believe that, you know, if you are identified as a transhumanist, that your life is over. Nobody serious would ever talk with you again. You can just say goodbye to everything you hold dear. Maybe it is so in some places, but it is not so in Israel. I personally always identify as a transhumanist, also in the media. Actually, that's the only way I can get some time on the media as a transhumanist. But at the same time, I still continue my academic work and still try to do some higher level advocacy, and people still talk with me. And there are many other examples like that here. So it's not just the name transhumanism that plays the role, but actually how you present your messaging, how you present your public relations. I must note that here in Israel, the transhumanist movement, the transhumanist community has a very strong emphasis on longevity, on life extension, and also I do so personally. And that can be quite clearly understood. You know, all the enhancements, all the cognitive improvements won't help you much if you are dead. So first we have to worry about life extension, about trying to keep alive, and then we can add enhancements and other interesting developments to it. But the first goal is to stay alive, to try to be healthy and live long as far as possible. Of course, these things are related. Enhancement can help life extension, but the primary goal is life extension, and enhancement is secondary, not the other way around. And so this has been the main focus of our activities. As I mentioned, we have been publishing quite extensively on the topics of life extension in Hebrew and in English and other languages. Also, Israeli transhumanist activists who are also longevity activists have been active in organizing various conferences. For example, on October 15, we'll have another national conference on longevity research, gathering some of the most important Israeli researchers in this field, also with some high-level officials present. And as you can see, our announcement, it's a bit transhumanist, the usual picture of evolutionary ascent of human beings. Only in the end of it, you don't have a robot with antennas, but a healthy and long-lived human being. That's our goal. First of all, to advance longevity science and practice in Israel and internationally. And I personally hope we will continue also in collaboration with others. Of course, the goal of healthy life extension is not just a goal for Israel, but for the whole world. It's just easier for us to be active in our own country, but of course we will be happy to join forces with others, because we're actually all doing the same thing, all working for the same goals. But as we all know also that transhumanist life extensions don't always work well together, but that's something we have to work out between ourselves. But at least we have our common goals, and there is no opposition in principle between our goals. The question is indeed how we can collaborate. One way is through conferences like the one you do. Another, maybe some common multilingual platform, or there may be some other ideas that could be discussed. And of course, it is important that you start this discussion, start some joint platform for collaboration, maybe some joint manifesto material, and of course others will join you. So once again, thank you for your important initiative, and I hope we collaborate in the future.